Guys, what's up everyone? Welcome to Young Titan World. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today we're gonna be talking about jobs, most especially mine. Now, granted, I've seen jobs in the past before. When I was a kid, the way my father used to come home, always exhausted every week, looking absolutely rugged because of the countless times that he had been spending at the sawmill and just making sure that everyone else was doing a great job. Now, considering the fact that his job paid enough so he can settle bills and pay the academic tuition for me and my siblings, I gotta honor that job as it is. It was a great job. But also I noticed that those who worked around him did not even have the right number of limbs because of the hazards that came with that job. Or at least the jobs that surrounded his job, because he was just, supervisory content. I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's a little unreal for me. Like, if you told me back then that people were gonna pay me because I was gonna talk about shit, I would have just stared at you in the face and wished you were dead. Because honestly, I would. Back then, I was a super introvert and I didn't really like talking to people. Quote unquote, I didn't like talking to myself. Wait a minute, actually I did like talking to myself. I love talking to myself so much that I hated people. So that was mainly the thing. So why would you torture me with a job that would require me to talk to people? But then I started to realize that the conversations, the negotiations, every single thing that happened with, vis-a-vis with a person was really an exchange of information. An exchange of information can be exhilarating when you hear it from the source rather than reading it on a newspaper or anywhere else. Because truth is, when someone is sharing a story with you, they're not just telling you the story. They're going through that emotion whilst they're talking to you. It's like you're feeling what they're feeling when the words come out of their mouth, making it have more value than you just reading it from a well-described book, And I guess I could say that every single moment that has led up to the point, or to this point, has been quite contrary to that narrative. To be in the shoes, or to be on that seat where I talk about stuff. I really don't even have a lot of friends. Being the person that I am, being the introvert that I am, usually I find myself alone, and most of the time in the company of those who talk about work stuff. If I'll be your buddy if we talk more about work. We talk shop rather than talk about our personal lives and what's haunting us, because I never really feel comfortable with that kind of talk. Most of the time, when we get into that sort of talk, my sarcastic and yet bold self pops out and shields every emotion that comes from me. So inevitably, I just find myself nodding to the things that are of emotional value to those who are around me. I do consider it to be a sad thing, but the truth is, I'm always overwhelmed by emotion 24/7. And it hits me like a moving truck that I haven't noticed. It's like it comes out of nowhere. When you're on the sidewalk, you're walking, you're not going to expect a car to hit you because you're on the sidewalk. Well, imagine all my emotions are cars and they notice that I am on the sidewalk, but they ram into me anyways. Now, I'm not expecting them, but they still hit me and I feel the full force of everything. Mostly, I would rather not want to get out of my bed and always consider my life to be just one spiraling and insanely unaugmented piece of memorabilia. Sometimes I just wish I was just having a coma, waking up from, a sleep that has lasted 1,000 years, or just being out cold for decades and realizing that it was all a dream. Because honestly, I can't take so much of it. The pressure and everything that comes with it is always overwhelming, as I realize time and time again. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's not really a fun thing to be alive, but I have found a sort of different, a thrilling feeling when I am here, or when I'm making these episodes, when I'm talking about movies. It helps me to express myself in a way that I'm not able to usually, because 99.9% of the time I'm around no one, and only my thoughts exist, and my thoughts are brutish warriors that wish to plunge into my soul and rip out all the happiness that exists in me, and only make me go after insane shit that no one else can achieve it and go for something more insane. So I guess to me, talking to you guys, vibing with you guys, or just even having you guys listen to probably the most boring details of any story whatsoever I decide to bring up, it's heartwarming for me, and I do enjoy that. I notice that there are millions of people out there that make so many preparations to make a podcast. They go buy the right set, the right equipment, and they got to get the right room, and I'm walking by the roadside shouting on top of my fucking voice whilst cars are passing by. And you think to yourself, what the fuck is this guy doing? I'm doing my job. My job don't need no office unless I want there to be. And yes, we have also considered having a spot where I would be able to make these episodes and you'd be able to hear my voice clearly. Mind you, when I'm in a closed room, I feel closed. I feel closed. It's like there's a certain sort of je ne sais quoi that comes from walking around, which probably brings me to my next thing. I might buy a whole street just to myself, just so I can walk around and my thoughts can just like roam around with me. They pop in when they want to and they drop out when they want to. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to, try if I want to, cry if I want. Yeah, that's just the point I'm trying to make. Okay, kind of also shaved too, so down there is just like pickles. I don't even know what I meant by that. But in any case, I do want to thank every single person that has listened. It was one thing when I began, and the highest I would get was 1 or 2 plays for an entire week. Now, you might not think anything big of this, but when I started it and I thought that, hey man, this is gonna be my personal diary, seeing that one person was gonna see that didn't make such big of a deal. And then I realized that it was multiplying. I mean, yes, I was always there, uploading every episode that I could, even ones that were very close to my heart and were in a moment of time that I was emotionally unstable and incapable of telling anyone else. I feel like that it's in itself is, that in itself is something to acknowledge. I have been a fan of every single person that has listened to my talks, to my episodes, because in a way, they have experienced a little bit of my life. Not 100%, but enough to say that, hey man, this guy's been through some shit, or he hasn't been through enough shit, All I'm trying to say is thank you. Thank you so much for listening. You guys are the absolute best. Knowing that you guys are here, knowing that I have this family no matter where I find myself, whether it's Spotify, Pandora, Google Podcasts, wherever it is, I just want to say thank you from Young Titan World. I know I'm not the same thing when it comes to my streams. Because when it comes to my streams, you can see my face, I get self-conscious, and sometimes I want to focus on the game. So I'm incapable of expressing whatever rowdy interest I may have. And also, that's also another thing. Streaming is very weird for me, honestly speaking. I want to bring out those reactions, but the only thing that is stopping me is that I'm in an establishment. One time I tried to go off, speak my mind, go crazy, as one would call it. And that stream did not end up so well because I ended up getting the attention of management, and management wanted to kick me out at that point. So it's not like I want to have a boring stream, but I'm limited in my capabilities in the place that I find myself in. But in any case, I want to play a game that helps you guys also have fun, to get you guys a great vibe and just let you guys have a great time. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that once we get a place, and we will get a place, we'll get a spacious place, and I would be able to scream on top of my fucking voice without anyone on the planet being able to tell me that I fucking can't. And we can have so much fun together and just help you guys be happy. Because I don't know about you, bro, but it's sometimes it gets fucked up when you start thinking about every single thing that's wrong. Every single thing that is going wrong, that has been going wrong, that will go wrong. So it is nice to have something to take you out of that rut. And I want to be that. And I hope you guys have fun too. This is Young Titan, the god of entertainment, at your service. And I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. Until next time that we have a chat, which is definitely tomorrow, I hope you guys take care of yourselves. And no matter where I find myself in this world, you guys will always be the first to know what's up with the Young Titan. So thank you so much once again. And until the next one, take care, goodbye, God bless. Bye.